myself, you, J-Drinks, and Baba, how did we came about the issue of this finance? Somebody sent us the video where Baba was doing carpenter. And in that meeting, I asked Baba, why are you doing carpenter? Is there no money in your hand again? And he said, there is no money, I need to eat too. I was shocked. He said, all the supporters and the children all around the world, we still have to be complaining that there is no food. And I said, look, Baba,
now the idiots will use camp collect money from Baba with that. This one with the talk. We need to do it. And we need to do it. Feed the family. And ọjọ́ tó wà àti ọjọ́ òdìdé tó wà àti bọ̀bọ̀ ìbá máa jà ń sìn gbogbo bóyá sẹ́ni 10,000 tó ṣe 20,000 làwọn gbé síta ẹ̀bọ̀bọ̀ yìí ẹ̀bọ̀bọ̀ tó lè ọ̀pẹ ìjẹ́ pẹ́ ní ògbó yìí. Lágbára Ọlọ́run. Gbogbo ṣe fún kékeré ní 5,000 2,000 gbogbo ẹ̀ ó fi gbogbo ìsìpìtì ẹ̀wọ̀n báyìí. National Daily ló máa gbé National Daily. Gbogbo ṣe fún K-Boss ló ṣe fún K-Crown ní 5,000 tí yẹn ń ké ìyẹn ní owó oúnjẹ ló fóun náà. You are claiming in the public, you spend a lot. Somebody is begging you for money to feed his family. And on that platform, I was happy that Sele embarrassed you. That when you are saying you spend money in justice for, this is not justice for Mohbad. But he's begging you money to feed his family. You gave it to him to feed his family. Okay. Over a year, you gave this guy 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, 100,000 over a year, and you will be boasting. You are mocking this guy because the guy stopped supplying you information. You gotta go down to Mr. No, you gotta go stupidity and turn John. Because the little they've given, they can't say what it has been used for. And therefore, look, if you come out to say, the money you gave me, this is how I use it. This is what it was made for. They will be happy to give more. And I can guarantee you, I offered, I said, I'm going to offer you my own accountants. Send us the 2 bank statements. For free, my accountant is going to open the account. And is going to come out with the statement of affairs for the public to see. And he agreed. Did you know that? What is was it positive towards the movement or negative? Say that again. Baba went to his advisor. Baba went to his advisor with that advice, and he came back with negative response. The negative response is it to the forward movement of the justice or to the backward movement of the justice? Actually, I won't lie to you. I won't lie to you. That point, I started suspecting you were. Right? Because Baba was ready for accountability, and he got to Miwa, and they turned his head around. Now, I won't lie to you. I'm just telling you for the first time. I'm saying it that now. I started suspecting that is there something Miwa is hiding? Is there something wrong? If there's a Yuba adage, help me out if you understand it, if you know it. Right? Do you know that adage? Can you finish? Do you know that? Who is snoring, please? I know you're going to open your glory. I don't know. Sorry. I thought you will understand. You will not. Yeah, just come up with your submission. I get so what I'm trying to say is that the moment
when Baba went to meet Miwa and all that, and he had they turned his head around because Papa said he was actually ready to do that and interpreted all that. It was Miwa that told him not to, or there's no need for accountability at that time. So Baba had a youth to make
Ọlọ́run ó bàjẹ́ gan-an, ó bàjẹ́ ó bá lù mọ̀.
Irọ́ ló pa o. Irọ́ pẹ̀pẹ̀ irọ́. Ani the funniest part is that, right? When they were trying to twist Baba's mind and hand, they were doing it without Mr. Muiwa being present. But the funniest part is that Baba Mohbad was updating Mr. Muiwa. They were selling these marketers. Àwọn ọlọ́jà àwọn alágbò yìí wọ́n ta irọ́ fún bàbá. Bàbá yẹn sọ fún Mr. Muiwa. And what people don't understand is that when Baba was signing the POA, power of attorney to Mr. Muiwa, it was for the security of his life and himself. Now, it was not just one thing. See, Baba signed 2 documents with Mr. Muiwa. Power of attorney agreed by the entire family of Aloba. And another document that only 2 people have that document today. Mr. Muiwa has a copy and Baba has a copy. And the copy was gotten from the government of Lagos State. An application that our Baba Mohbad filed that he wants to visit Mohbad at any time he wishes to. Document rẹ pé ìyàwó àbí kí wọ́n pè gẹ́ ìyá àjọbí kò ní lọ́wọ́. 2 people had that document. And when we were applying for that document, Baba Mohbad sọ pé anything can happen to me in case anything happens to me. In case, in the course of justice for Mohbad, they were treating Baba Mohbad. See, Baba Mohbad has not spoken. They were treating Baba Mohbad over the phone, from the police station. They were threatening his life. And they advised him to give the power of attorney to somebody else that is safe, that can carry on in case anything happens to Baba Mohbad. People don't understand. In case anything happens to Baba Mohbad, them alone títì. Kí ẹnìkan kọlù wọn.
I agree 100%.
Baba Mohbad gave power of attorney that this person will continue on behalf of the Aloba's family in case anything happens to him. And he did that with the visitation of Mohbad. Baba Mohbad goes to visit Mohbad every week. With that letter he has in his hand. They stop it. And that copy has Mr. Muiwa's name. Àwọn ẹranko méjì, àwọn ọ̀dẹ̀ yìí, wọ́n mọ gbogbo kọ́tà sọ wọ́n mọ. Àwọn ọ̀dẹ̀ yìí, àwọn ẹranko onídẹ̀tí méjì.
Wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ bí pé wọ́n ń gbé pẹ̀lú bàbá Mohbad.
Wọ́n mọ.
Àwọn àrìndì ò lè mọ̀. Kí lẹ ní káwọn àrìndì ń ṣe? Wọ́n ò lè mọ̀.
In case state version Baba Mohbad.
Telegoni daddies.
In case anything happens to Baba Mohbad, that is how the generation of power of attorney came about. Because the man was being threatened. Any police station won't threaten Baba Mohbad. Ṣé ọmọ ṣe ń kú ni? Ṣé ìyàwó àtọkọ ṣe ń jà ni? I wish kọ́ńtì ká tú gbogbo ẹ̀sẹ̀. Ká máa sọ̀rọ̀ lọ, ká máa sọ, ká máa fi kọ̀kọ̀ bò. Kí lẹ́yìn sọ? They were threatening Baba Mohbad. Baba then saw Sashitu was the one that said, "Go speak in the public place."
Yeah.
Speak, continue speaking.
Yeah.
Emma Soro. Sashitu advised him. Relent to Emma Sorolo.
Which was right.
It was the speaking. No, you can't reduce the track with Baba Mohbad. I'm telling you today. These people don't know nothing.
They don't know.
You call Baba Mohbad without his power of attorney. You know talk. Ogbe call you look 4 hours on your phone. You were selling. You were selling something to him. Discussing.
4 hours.
Ma, what do you say, ma?
Money, they spent 4 hours.
Yes, the first phone call was over 4 hours.
Go.
Discussing, selling agbo to Baba Mohbad. Use this one will help us. The lawyer that they cannot tell them where their chamber is in Lagos. The lawyers that you do not know their full name. These are the people we've engaged before. These are people we've engaged, we've talked to before. With this one. Irony. These are the people that they will, if you speak to them for 5 minutes, they will apologize 6 times to you, man. Because I take it back. I'm sorry. I take it back. I'm sorry. I take it back. Power of Anthony she generates. Certificate of visitation on Mohbad she generates. Nobody cares. Those are the most important things in justice for Mohbad. Nígbà tí ẹ fẹ́ gbé lawyer wá, lawyer tó ti inquest. Did they ask the lawyer why he chooses to use the writ of someone in that case? Because that case is 2 cases in one. You are appealing that you want to be part of the inquest. Yes, the case is in court. You now want to tell them that as you are trying to hear your own case, so they can hold the inquest at ransom while you are appealing to hear your own case. A different money was spent, a different action was taken in that regard. I spoke to these lawyers and they said that it was totally avoidable. But because the law allows them, they did it anyways, regardless of anything that comes out of it.
Without considering, how the public would feel.
They don't care about the public. They're careless of the outcome of that action.
They're careless about
They're careless about the public. They're careless about what people will say. The people that have donated money to that foundation, they're careless about what they feel.
Yeah.
They took that action. Instead of them to file motion for expertise, which is to say fast track our application, fast track our hearing, they choose not to use motion expertise. They file it of someone.
You know that what I hear today made me understand that the reason why DNS proceeding was so quick. If all these people that we don't know are calling about Mohbad, especially that commissioner and the rest of them, where will they apply for it and it will not be given? Because if I don't think they did not do that, and Omowummi was called in, everything that is hidden will be out by now.
Esma,
everybody will know
on that day of that proceeding, that lawyer was present in court. He was looking at them and he was calling the High Court to send a court sheriff to come and tell the magistrate to stop that inquest. He was calling to come and send a court belly from the High Court to stop that inquest. And the magistrate said she did not receive anything. She said she checked her phone. Because Mohbad's case was not the first case that day. She started her sitting by 8 o'clock. There was a case before Mohbad's case. Mohbad's case was 11 o'clock. And she said she has not had access to her phone. She didn't hear any phone call. She did not receive anything. That lawyer sat down in that court. In court, send the message to judge magistrate here. You can imagine that action. September 31st, 2024. It will never be forgotten in Mohbad's life. In Mohbad's life. The magistrate announced that the representative or the prime suspect is present in court. Everybody was sitting tight, ready for the questioning of Wunmi.
Honestly.
And these people were
sit tight.
An action that should take more than 3-4 weeks took less than 24 hours to file. Motion ex parte should have been filed. They They didn't find that. They stopped the inquest within 24 hours. You are now. I don't. Wọ́n wà níbí kan. Wọ́n wá ń pe bàbá lẹ́yìn. Wọ́n wá negotiate for 4 hours. Bàbá wa gbé ọ̀rọ̀ wọn lọ bá PPO power of attorney.
Power of attorney. Bó ṣe yẹ kó wà nìyẹn níwèé.
So tí n bá gbọ́ bí ìmọ̀ bí àwọn pípọ̀ ti fọ oògùn bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ o. Tí n bá ṣe dáadáa o. Pé padà àbúrò mi o.
Tí bá ti ṣe kọ́tọ̀kọ́tọ̀ o.
Èmi padà o. But when they wanted, Baba Mohbad wá gbé kọ́ ọmọ. Ó wá lọ pe Mr. Muiwa. This Mr. Muiwa that you are talking about today, it was a grace of God. He was picking your call again. The man you are threatening today, stop picking your calls, he blocked it off. When you confirm to him, you apologize and confirm that you recorded their conversation with him and Gracie and you on the phone. You begged, it was not you that recorded it, it was somebody on your record call here. This is people that record for conversation. Dealing with these people, I will never. It's called me before. I will never. These people record for conversation.
By your opinions, you remember the recordings that they claim happened between them and Spending.
Yes.
And recently we heard that the lady that said she spoke with Spending, she herself said that she went to Nigeria to go and clear her name from the court case that Oba filed against her.
Yes.
So now she said, okay, nígbà tó lọ clear ara ẹ̀, kí ni nǹkan tó fi transact business bó ṣe clear ara ẹ̀? Kí ni nǹkan tó fi transact business because ìwọ sọ lọ́jọ́ yẹn pé it's a 4-way call, and that 4-way call includes this Mose and
Bossman.
The two that I just mentioned, we always come out and say we have their
audio.
Voice audio.
We have the evidence. We have their record.
Because their master, which is Skindu, have gone to beg and they have told themselves that this thing will not see the light of today. And that's why we are not anywhere near where those things are. They have promised that man they will not play it. Because that's the way it's played. There must be something you do that will make them take your name out of what they are fighting.
Negotiation. What to negotiate?
So they have negotiated with that. That recording will not happen. And the guy will always come out and say, if you say you have my voice note, why don't you play it?
Why can't you not play it? But they dare not.
They can't.
Ó ti dí àwọn now. Ó ti dí àwọn. Ọmọ yẹn ti dí àwọn now.
Several times.
They can't play.
These are the people you went to negotiate. And when we went there to speak, this man, Baba Mohbad, stopped picking your calls. Oh, block your line. You know when you go and call somebody, the man gave, the power of attorney gave you a condition.
Ó ní wọ́n ṣe ń ké káàkiri àdúgbò yìí, ó náà ṣe ń ké.
She came back, you know, when she went to Nigeria to go and clear her name, whatever she does. She, whatever gist that happened between her and Baba Mohbad, she came out. She did not say, I'm going to clear my name.
I know.
She brought it out. Everything Baba Mohbad told her, she brought it to Facebook to come and ridicule the man, ridicule Mama Adura. I was like, if two people sit down,
Ó tún pawó lórí ẹ̀.
if two people sit down, man, and they talk, why did you bring this here? The man did not send you to bring this to your Facebook audience. But the one you went to do with the evidence you claim you have, you did not talk about it. You did not talk about it. It's not about Gogongo Yeye. It's about wickedness. Gogongo is different. The one that you know, if you say, your audience will not come and watch you again. You did not tell them that, I went to Nigeria, I went to bargain with Oba to take my name out. To only come and say, I've been celebrating them before. and I will continue to celebrate them. They did nothing to me. We are the one that come and be saying that. Why don't you say the way it happened? Okay, my name was there, I went there, blah, blah, blah. You don't say those ones. How do you use those voice notes to bargain that you will not play it? You did not say it, but you are able. It's so easy for you to bring Baba Mohbad on your platform and come and be laughing on that. Is that go? It's wickedness. It's wickedness. It's wickedness. And this lady,
Mommy Coach, you see what I'm thinking, right? Even if you have rights to some information, you should be confidential enough to keep it confidential as it is. Because what I mean by gogongo, you don't say everything in the public. You don't just say you don't just.
I understand you, ma. The gogongo that she has cannot say. And she cannot play those things. She cannot play those voice notes. That's the gogongo she has. The voice note that would have made Baba Mohbad to know what happened to his son, that would make this case to be quick. The gogongo, you keep that one your gogongo. The one that you are not supposed to say out, you bring it out from that stupid gogongo.
Oh,
because if you say you have evidence, and Baba Mohbad lawyer is requesting for them, and you are not bringing it out, you are still thinking that the man, you want to talk to you someday.
With that,
we don't go anywhere.
What is the difference between them and Tikabodi?
You
have evidence.
You cannot
play it. You cannot give legal team.
Yeah. Same thing, same. Who knows? They may be working together.
I mean, talking to these guys, it's just a waste of time. Baba Mohbad, through his brother, has given them 3 conditions. And that condition, whether they like, they must say it. And they cannot say it. They cannot even do it. They went back. Baba Mohbad said, Adura mi ti sọ fún yín, go and do the needful. Ẹ lọ ṣe needful. Wọ́n rò pé bóyá Baba Mohbad tó náà bóyá kò mọ̀ nǹkan tó ń sọ. Pẹ̀lú Baba Mohbad ní pé nǹkan táàbùrò ní kẹyọ ṣe lọ ṣe.
That's it.
Àbájá fòní. Ó pe bàbá láti last year wọ New Year báyìí. Bàbá ògbé kọ́lẹ̀ mọ́ sí. Now, if you hear him speaking right now, you think, this guy, he can speak, he can call Baba Mohbad anytime. In a lie, yo. Wọ́n block a feature, more president àti pass papọ̀.
Wọ́n wà in pain, wọ́n wà in severe pain.
And that's why they thought they can get back at Baba by hosting this stupid live they are hosting.
Yeah.
They thought they can get back at him.
In severe pain.
And what I don't understand or what is not clear to me is that if I have been your friend, one-on-one friend, that we have shared some things together, that I believe in your vision, and I'm working towards it that you achieve.
And we now fight.
And we now have some misunderstanding that I don't even know is tomorrow that we are going to hell. I mean, maybe one way or the other, something will bring us close again, and then we settle every problem between us, and I'll come online and come and be saying trash.
I swear.
You know, that's why some people, when I look at them, I just don't understand. I have something.
You have learned a lot on this TikTok, I swear.
I don't know how people think. Recently, someone just was talking to me and said, I disrespected you because of this person. I said, I don't know you disrespect me. I don't know. And when she want to open her mouth and be telling me, I said, please, don't tell me because that's in the past. What I'm asking you now, talk about it. I don't need to know what she told you. Whatever she told you, it's between you. The lady just keep quiet and she's on this from bad. I said, don't tell me. I don't want to know what she told you. It's not about my business. We were together before. And when I won't tell you what she has done, good, bad, or the ugly, is between us. Tomorrow our paths might cross. directly or indirectly, and I'll forgive her. I will continue. Then there are things I know I will not want to share with you, but to come out and be telling people the way and manner once we have stayed together. I don't understand how people will just come out every day, Mohbad. That man, that, there was a time when I used to call again, I said, I don't want to tell you, I want you, that man, so more, I don't want to listen. I'm not sort of a company. I'm not suffering, and you but people will call you and make you talk to them, and at the same time, I want to like watch that man Kirkiri. Long. So I didn't call see what's my shilling. Really, we see your boy, honestly. Kò sí nǹkan tó sọ tó ní o, kò sí nǹkan tó sọ tẹ́tí ò gbọ́ rí o.
The way bó ṣe ń sọ ni mà, ó terrible. And one time in a good relationship with Baba Mohbad and with Mr. Muiwa, the way he went on to
my sister. My sister. I cannot lie to you. Sherry, they say, oh, no. I hate it. I love and that's why people around me say, you don't know what she's thinking. It's on this TikTok, I will laugh, I will talk when I want to talk. And sometimes I just don't want to, even to comment. Because my head is just telling me, kill a day in Shubai. You see that guy? You see that guy called Boss Man? One day I look at his picture, his video on the Yekudi. He opened his face. I'm like, are you, as in my mind, sorry. I said, is this guy gay? I don't go. I know in my mind, I said, I gave me the voice. Do you know why? The way he was just spoken. And I'm irritated.
The way he what?
He was talking.
Okay, all right.
So irritated the way he was talking. I know what bonnet is sorry big at Obini. Oh, what joke, any power. Talking the way he is. But in my mind, I won't lie to you. I don't feel like that. And you're calling you. But that was a day. It was only supervised television. When you idiots in African television, one great story trust fund, and I was there. One the Babylon join a gift. Monisha si baba sọ nínú ilé. Ẹ ṣe pé lórí fóònù. Tá ọmọ yín ló kú. À ń sọ̀rọ̀ ká fowó sí GoFundMe. Láwọn apolówó lórí supervised television. Ìwọ́de ní no. What you are thinking now is open a trust fund. Monisha wọ́n ní baba Mohbad ni. Bí Africa television ṣe gbẹ́nu sí báyìí, bí Boss Man ti ceremony ẹgbẹ́nu sọ̀rọ̀. That is the reason. That's why that's one of the reasons why I don't like talking to you. Because you see, you have evidence. Give it to Shitty and give Shitty. Now, you people want to come and put trust fund on Mohbad, and you don't want the father to be the person that will come out and tell people fighting justice. Yeah, I'm a fresh trust fund, I should go fund me more. But anyway, you cannot be side by side. But there's this thing that any fake by lady, lórí ikú ọmọ lọ́mọ tí ó kàn ní ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀ ló fowó sí. You tell the boss and you might call it this. Emma called me. This is how we are going to manage the money, and you then if you want dime. Every boss man, you got to say, Ọlọ́run ò lè dáríjì o. No, kò lè rí àánú gbà lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run. Kò lè rí because jẹ́jẹ́ ni bàbá yẹn wà ìwọ ló ń pè mí.
Betray trust, don't betray trust. Honestly.
Kò lè rí àánú Ọlọ́run no form. Kò lè rí àánú Ọlọ́run gbà because so ṣé mo mú kò ṣàdàkẹ́ ni láti ẹ̀kan tí mo rò pé kí ni bọ̀bọ̀ ẹ̀rí tó fi bọ́ síta tó fẹ́ máa ṣe bí ìgbà tó yẹ kó ń fẹ́ yẹ̀yẹ́ bàbá òun yẹ̀yẹ́ ara ẹ̀ tó bá ta ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀ ní 1 naira another of your friend, you will not even have a friend again because when you work on one, price ẹni tó ṣerú ẹ̀ fún abárẹ́ lèmi tó láṣìírí sọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ ọ́ tó fẹ́ fi ẹ̀ṣọ́ rẹ̀ ó máa sá ni. The person is going to run away pé àìlè tó tẹ́ pé ẹnu ẹ̀bí táàpù ni tó bá ti fi kọ́ máa ti kìgàn mi ti ń dà ó ti ń dà nínú táàpù ẹnu ẹ̀. Òun àti Mósè tó yẹ pé nínú 1 million other universe 250 ló gbà 250,000 pé
tí ó lè account fún.
Ẹ wo ẹgbẹ́ news.
Ó lóun gbé ní Àbújá. Sad. Ṣé Honorable York ti ṣọ́ busy ni?
Láìpẹ́ Honorable York gan free torí kìíní background wọn.
Ẹ ó ti change.
Bílíọ̀nù ti sá lọ ni. Ọ̀nà Barrister Ọláìdé talks to us o kàn fi wálẹ̀ látẹ̀kan.
Chamber ni. Wọ́n search for chamber tó máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí lò.
Ibi àárẹ̀ tí kẹ́ bá wa dá sọ̀rọ̀ wa yìí o. Mọ́mí ilé àánú ìṣọ̀tàn. Àwọn èèyàn tí oríṣiríṣi spam bá ti bí oníbọn ṣe máa ń hùwà. Oríṣiríṣi spam ló bí wọn. Kan tó ṣe ń hùwà bí olórí burúkú ni àwọn olùṣe. Ọ̀rọ̀ Kúdí ti di tìjú fún. Ó ti di tìjú sára Kúdí. Kò mọ̀ nǹkan tó lè ṣe mọ́. Ìgbà tí Bukky Right tí Bukky ẹ̀mọ́ ní Bukky Right tí DJ sọ pé alábòsí ni wọ́n èèyàn burúkú ni wọ́n. Àwọn kan wà tó ń wò pé àti tí DJ ti pọ̀jù tí DJ ti pọ̀jù. Wọ́n ti dójú ẹ̀sẹ̀. Everybody ti wọ ẹran kó tí gbogbo wọn jẹ́. Èmi náà tó gbà tó ti dé tó ti lọ wọ
Bèbí
aṣọ
ti ṣẹ́jú pápá.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni bèbí ti ṣẹ́jú. Ìgbà tó ti dé tó ti lọ wọ aṣọ òkè Elégùṣì. Ìgbà yẹn ni mo ti mọ̀ pé ilé ó ti lọ gbowó.
Ó dàbẹ̀ ni pé a máa ní láti sùn ká lè jí so tá a bá fi máa jí kí CCTV kó lè tètè dé báyìí o ẹ jẹ́ ká sùn ká jí o.
Ẹ̀sùn kẹjí.
Ti Monday ó máa tó.
Bí a ta bá
Èmi wà ní mọ́tò rẹ̀.
ká tètè jí so that a máa yètè ní CCTV yẹn o ẹ jẹ́ ká sùn ká jí o.
3 days. 3 days.
Kẹjí. Ibo ni West Ogun wà láì. Wọ́n play cast àgbésùn wa.
Actually, I won't lie to you. That point, I started suspecting you were. All right? Because Baba was ready for accountability, and he got to Miwa, and they turned his head around. Now, I won't lie to you. I'm just telling you for the first time. I'm saying it now. I started suspecting that is there something Miwa is hiding? Is there something wrong? If there's a Yuba adage, help me out if you understand it, if you know it. Right? Do you know that adage? Can you finish? Do you know? I don't know the adage. I know you're going open your clothing, or don't go and pay or something like that. I don't know. Sorry. I thought you will understand. Yeah, just come up with your submission. I get so what I'm trying to say in this is that the moment when Baba went to meet me and all that, and he had they turned his head around because Baba said he was actually ready to do that accountability and all that. It was me that told him no, or there's no need for accountability at that time. So Baba had made a U-turn. But I started having whatever that is, meanwhile I did something. I'm aware I have the figure of, like I said, there's some money that I know the accurate amount that they spend money, what they spend money on, but I didn't have the money, what they spend money on, I have idea, I do not know, maybe like a 10 million or 15 million where the money goes into, or that I don't want that. See me as a thief, all right? But if people are calling you a thief, you need.
Comment.
Orúkọ yín popular now. Moses ló dárúkọ. I mean, ibi ṣó yẹn náà ti ń dárúkọ yìí.
Àwọn Tom and Jerry.
Permission to fall aside or Yeyomi. There's walk in the morning.
Permission always granted. It is what it is. Ẹ ṣé o. Ẹ kú dìde wá.
Akushono. The justice Lagoro. Only Palayan and Papa. I salute everybody. Have a good evening.
Thank you. Marisa Laide, are you there? Hey, Baba Gua, thank you very much. Yeti 70, Miami Coach, thank you. Mosquito, thank you.
For having us.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm a boss.
Okay, thank you very much. Kudira, thank you very much.
Pleasure was mine. Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
To everyone on the comment section, see you when I see you. It is what it is. No retreat, no surrender. We keep fighting. Inshallah, God will give us victory. Thank you, everyone.
To check it, you saw it again, you said do not believe again. You want to take it to another direction. Anyway, let's come back to the discussion we're having. So, Susie, I like the observation that you brought up about Baba Mohbad possibly defending Naira Marley, which I'm also looking clearly at, and you gave a very good illustration of Baba Mohbad going as far as, talking about things that had nothing to do with the recent occurrence, just to defend Naira Marley. And the silence that is occurring between Baba Mohbad and Naira Marley, I think it also says a lot. So, can we say that Baba Mohbad is cooperating with Naira Marley, and that is why Wunmi is fighting against Baba and Naira Marley? Because if you see, there's one battle that Wunmi and her fans are fighting. They are against Naira Marley and Baba Mohbad together. So why is that happening? Maybe let me bring Adedoyin. Adedoyin will be able to look into that. Adedoyin, why do you think suddenly Wunmi is against both Baba Mohbad and Naira Marley? Top movie, I'm not going to discuss with you until you talk about citizen arrest. Whenever you're calling, talk about citizen arrest. If you cannot talk about it, I'm not going to continue with you until you talk about citizen arrest. Citizen arrest. Yeah, continue.
I'm so Papayano. You know, if I say what I want to say, it's a public space, and I think I need to be careful.
Yeah.
So I think what is going on here is that, first of all, Mohbad's royalty.
Yeah.
Mohbad's royalty is at stake here. And what's happening is that Naira Marley is a very smart guy. He might not. I don't know him personally. I don't even know him, and I've never talked about him. I think this is the first time, and I think he's very smart here. And what is happening is that it's about the money, the money that is with Naira Marley, and what they want to do is. I'm not saying it is his wife. Just let me speak in a neutral. Just let me be neutral. What they want to do is that they want to rob Naira Marley so that at the end of the day, it's just like they want to put him in a chokehold. When you put somebody in a chokehold, if you do judo, when you put somebody in a chokehold, you will see that they're not able to move. What they are trying to do is to, like you say, pin him down so that Naira Marley will be forced to release what he has. And if Naira Marley would have done that, but I think at the end of the day, when Naira now found out that, no, this is not, no. And Naira Marley is withholding that royalty. And that is why you see so much attack against him. And what is going on is that they want to shift, everything that is going on is, they want to shift it to Naira Marley. So that at the end of the day, the guy will be tired and he will settle. He might settle out of court.
Are we saying that there's possibility of Naira Marley to have calmed down? Okay, whatever that belongs to you, that I'm not going to give it to these people. It's coming to you.
Yes, I think what is happening here is that just let me quickly say now. I think what is happening is that Naira Marley, it's like maybe at the initial stage he believed, but. He believed that maybe, maybe Naira Marley has also heard some rumors about what is happening. And what he's trying to do is trying to wait. And I would be surprised if he gives all that royalty out. And I would be surprised if Naira should give everything out, then I think he's the real guy. So what I'm saying here is that he does not want to give that money to the deceased wife. He doesn't want to do it. So now, it's going to fall. If they don't settle this as quick as they can, they might forfeit that royalty. And I'm sorry to say that. So what he's trying to do now is that he's trying to withhold the money. As long as they continue to fight each other, and this is not settled, Naira will withhold that money. So what they have to do is to come to a compromise or whatever that they need to do in order to get that royalty. But Naira Marley will not give that royalty to the wife.
The royalty may really be a very big issue here, because if we look at this almost 1.5 years, Mohbad had not even yet petitioned Naira Marley for any such thing, and hadn't followed up any of the Mohbad case. That Mohbad had with Naira Marley, with his own lawyer. Mohbad has lawyers, okay, which he could have easily, called for a family meeting and asked for everything to be surrendered to his table. He has the full rights to ask for the so-called Mohbad lawyer. That lawyer is like a temporary lawyer. That lawyer must provide his contract, the contract he and Mohbad had. Did Mohbad employ that lawyer to represent him death, life and death? So, with that such contract, we have to know the contract that Mohbad had with that lawyer. That lawyer can't just come to play just because someone say, I can have a lawyer that I use temporarily and pay them. That doesn't make them a lawyer. You see? So, we heard recently that the Mohbad lawyer was saying that they were in court with Naira Marley when Mohbad was alive, trying to retrieve some songs of Mohbad. And now that Mohbad has died, they are still in court. Has Baba even checked on that particular process. What is it doing? Baba Mohbad is not seemingly doing nothing. All I will hear is that he doesn't want to be distracted. Baba Mohbad, are you the lawyer? No. All you have to do is instruct lawyer, tell them what to do. Let us win in every ramification. I mean, they are fighting so weak. I just want to focus on this. I don't want to talk about property now. I don't want to do. Look at the issue of that house. Till they packed out of that house, it is almost a forgotten issue. We don't even know what's going on. So this inactivity on its own side, it creates room for suspicion, and that's why I think the same way we are looking at the possible investigation of Wunmi, all eyes on Wunmi. Okay, that one is for sure. But Wunmi is not going to tell you what happened. So can we follow some weak links through some other people and try to debunk Wunmi? For example, we heard that information of how Mohbad died before 12 p.m. Like in the word of Darusha had Mohbad died before 12 p.m., 11:13. Blessing as well. Alright. So let us follow those information. Blessing, when did you call Mohbad? Baba, submit your phone for forensic. Let us have the conversation that you get and follow it through. These are the things that can be used as evidence to force Wunmi to speak the truth. Because when you provide evidence right now, Wunmi does Blessing. Then this person, when did you call Blessing? If that person lied, they will do forensic on Blessing's phone. And they will find that person lied. And now that person has nowhere to run to. So we have to try to look at the different areas. Evidences are dying every day. Take for instance, recently, Mohbad came out on his platform, on the platform which I advised that should be created for him, the TikTok platform. It was my advice. He came out on that platform recently telling people that a pathology told him not to check that they cannot show him the autopsy report. And I've told a lot of people, I think conflict we even had a discussion which day here on my platform, that we insist that Baba must know the autopsy report before the next inquest. He must know, because now that Odumosu, which I've been saying before, Odumosu is suspicious, whatever. I mean, they find out that Odumosu now is not to be trusted. Odumosu is responsible for the DNA, the same person responsible for the toxicology and for the autopsy. And yet now, if Baba does not see this result, what if we get to inquest and they say, Mohbad, the result is inconclusive? Then he can't do anything anymore. But if he check it right now before the next inquest, we can quickly, say, truly Odumosu has damaged this case, and then quickly find an alternative. Do you now see? But it's like it's having some people controlling him who are insisting what he must do, and he's been following it all this while, and that's why we're not getting anywhere. So that's why you see me, I always come and insist that this is the way, it must go this way. And they won't listen. And at the end of the day, we'll come back to that same thing again. So to all of you who should not believe about Adura, the public may not know it, but imagine Mohbad has the result of the autopsy right now. But by this time, we got the public, I've spoken to my legal team, okay, and everything is under control, and I believe that by the grace of God, everything is going to be fine. Let's keep praying, okay, everything is under control. I'm aware of the result, and when we get to inquest, like this is a hope. You give the people hope. But not that you'll be telling us that we paid money. I paid more than 320,000 for that GoFundMe. I paid, and I championed it. Right now, what you're coming out to tell us is that you cannot even see the result. A doctor is telling you, not even lawyer, a doctor you employed is telling you that you cannot see the result until inquest. Who is this doctor? What concerns doctor with how you want to use your result? It's you and your lawyer that should know how you want to use your result. Doctor should be under Baba and under the lawyer, not dictating to Baba Mohbad. You see, so the inactivity, a lot of wrong actions and decisions that are being made around this man shows that there's a remote control around him. And how do we sort these things out is to investigate him. And we people don't want. Whenever I talk about, last time I told Grace, I said, Grace, you are close to this man. You can just take this man's phone. Let us once and for all. Let us stop going with assumptions. When did Blessing call? I know why I'm asking. What if it turned out to be Monday? And Baba will say, I forgot. No, who else can forget? Mohbad has made it clear I called this man on Monday. Can we at least prove the woman wrong? And Mama Mohbad also called Baba. What time did Mama call Baba Mohbad? We have phones, we can prove it. We can see the conversation. What did the woman told the man? We can see it through forensic. At least the woman won't just call the man and say, Baba, let's go to meet in the hospital. Mohbad is in the hospital, and they'll just be going. No. There have to be some conversation between the family. What are we saying here? Blessing called. Prime Boy said, I called more than 3 times. Baba said, I'm on my way from Aja. Prime Boy called again. Baba said, I'm on my way. Prime Boy called again. Baba said, I just got there. Prime Boy kept calling again. Baba has gone up. He has seen blood. Baba came back. They told Baba Mohbad that Prime Boy fought with Mohbad. Baba, why didn't you call Prime Boy back? Your first suspect then is Prime Boy. You call him back till date. Baba never called Prime Boy. Prime Boy said so. But the man doesn't even speak to him since then. So what's going on here? Okay? You see? So that is it. And I don't know whether...
Another question that we need to ask Prime Boy. When did Prime Boy hear the news that Mohbad died?
They are all going to be lying. That's the thing.
So Prime Boy, so why I think that, just let me give this, then I'll just, why I think that Mr. Loba, why I think that Mr. Loba, I don't want to talk about the autopsy. I mean, I'm sorry. I do not think he should even say it out. Talking about the autopsy might put his life in jeopardy, even if he knows about it.
But not lying to us that he has not seen it.
But I think he's been diplomatic about it. If you want to tell me that he doesn't know, I don't believe that. But I think he's been diplomatic. But I think I will not advise him to say anything about it because it's life.
But let's at the end of the day, if this man claims that he doesn't know about, at the end of the day, we went to say inconclusive. We'll be angry at him, right? So right.
So what he needs to do, if I would advise him,
better we just let him do now, because if it's inconclusive, so that we can better find what to do right now.
Okay, so now if I want to advise him, this is what the legal advice.
Baba will not say he doesn't know it's inconclusive. All right.
I think maybe what he should do.
I'll take up an answer that's diplomatic. And I believe he has said something, but otherwise, we hold him responsible.
But I think, well, if we want to use diplomatic, that's fine. But another thing is that what Mr. Loba needs to do, I don't think he understands medical terms, and I don't think he understands legal. He doesn't understand stuff like that. What he needs to do at this point in time, I think he needs to. I'm not sure. I don't know the trust that I have in his lawyer or let's say the son. Now, what he needs to do is to allow the son to interpret that autopsy to him before he gets to the court. He needs to do that ASAP.
No, but you are saying that it's diplomatic already.
I know. I'm going the other way around. I said, let's assume that he hasn't seen the autopsy. He needs to. If he hasn't seen it, he needs to tell the son. He needs to call the doctor, and they need to sit down in a private room. When I mean a private room, in a private place. And the three of them, just the three of them, need to discuss that autopsy. And they need to check it and see if it's okay as soon as it can, before this goes to the court. Because he does not want to get... Yeah, go ahead, please.
Please, can I ask you, when you said that Baba is being diplomatic for not saying anything to the public, that's another way.
Yeah, he might. No, don't get me wrong. Okay. I said he might. No, he might.
Yeah, he might.
There is a difference between he is and he might. It might be diplomatic.
Let's assume that he might. He might.
Use the word let's assume. Thank you.
Okay, let's assume that that's what he has in mind. But I believe if you want to be diplomatic and you know how hot publics are on this issue, that's another way you can be, isn't it? You cannot say you haven't seen the result, or you cannot keep people in the dark. You can still be diplomatic but not keep the public in the dark, right? That should be another language.
From that, Uchi, honestly speaking, the lawyers are supposed to tell him the right words to say. Most times we see this connection between him and his lawyers. I don't know what that's like that. I expected him to be coached most time about some questions which are already there, because about how to answer some questions which are flying out there as narratives. Some of them are even false narratives. Okay, the family were the one that was supposed to control the narrative and put some certain things straight. There are things we're not supposed to be saying. Last time when he went to Buki's platform where he was accusing everybody on the petition of Mohbad to have been responsible for Mohbad's death, right? Even though they were not in that house. I don't know who taught him that. You see? And that's why it was petitioned. It was petitioned by one of the persons in that. In fact, all of them can petition him, but one of the person petitioned him, which is Oba, and so which I think he withdrew that statement. So
yeah,
this
is probably in line with what I just mentioned. That it needs to be taught how to approach things. Basically, it needs to be taught what to say in kind of conference or whatever he is talking to public.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's the thing there. So in this particular case, I think our position is just to make it clear to him. I understand what you're saying. Are they doing? Okay. Maybe Mohbad knows very well that if he dare come out right now and say that the result, the autopsy has been done, and he knows the results. Okay, but he's not allowed to talk about it right now. Sure, he won't be able to control. He won't be able to control the rate at which people will bombard him
to manage the hunger.
Exactly. People like Bukki, and some close people to him, they will want to know, like whistleblowing. And when they know, they will shift it to the other side. You see? So I think it may also be a strategy for them not wanting anybody to even have an eye on him, which is good. I don't have issues with that. We want to win a case. Okay, it's beautiful. But we must also think about the otherwise. What if someone is manipulating him intentionally, do not want to show him? Probably because they know that if they show him right now, the man will say, let's go and do another one. But if they keep it until inquest and then read it out there, then he has nothing to do anymore. He has nothing to do.
Point of no return. Okay.
It's a point of no return. Just like the DNA right now. Odum also went to negotiate the DNA. So right now, let's say it comes out right now that the court reads that the child belongs to Mohbad. That's an evidence right there. Then now, within the time phrase of you challenging the result, then maybe we'll have Shitu who they have alleged to be the new legal team now. We now be challenging the procedure like we discussed the other time. You remember? We're challenging the procedure and the samples that we'll be going over the process that the DNA was conducted, and we'll be reviewing the samples that were used in the examinations to see whether it will arrive at that same result. But anyway, I've told you guys from the beginning, I see negotiation. Thank God now it is clear that the same Odumosun was the one responsible for everything. So if Odumosun was responsible for DNA, responsible for toxicology autopsy, and now you guys are, finding him being, you are finding him distrust, or you're finding him unbelievable, then it means everything he has been doing is questionable. You see, and that makes me correct when I say the legal team are not performing. So who has been performing? Odumosu. So has Odumosu, who was responsible for everything, autopsy, toxicology, DNA, is the same one who has been doing it. Now, has he been doing anything? Has he done anything right? Then why are you chasing him away and humiliating him? like no lawyer has been humiliated in Nigerian history. I don't even know how many persons he may want to sue now. I don't even know. But I believe anybody he dares to do that, they will defend themselves. And he himself will realize his mistakes because he misbehaved. You are allowed to ban Mohbad. You do so many things without his consent. You go to TikTok to say things, shade him. You see, look at this connection. How are we sure that you're not even selling Mohbad's, confidential information to his enemies? You see? This is the thing here. So when I complain legal team, don't talk about legal team. And that's why I had issue with Gracie. You are close to these people. And you come to all of our platform. You go to almost every platform. You are the one that should be calling for the right thing to be done. Because you are learned. There's no excuse that Gracie is not learned. It is only if he is corrupt, knowing it and not wanting to do it. And I said, Adebe Gracie was around all this while, believe me. This Odumosu secret wouldn't have been leaked because this is what they were managing and covering up. Whenever you talk about this legal thing, they talk about him, and they will keep castigating and using some non-entities to be fighting against hosts. But look at it today right now. Hopefully, we wake up, we're watching all eyes on Wahab Shitu, and I pray that God really helps him. Justice for Mohbad is certain, no retrieve, no surrender. I want to come back to Susie. Susie, like, do you have an issue with Baba Mohbad, or you are just being fair? Okay, looking at him on this case, aside from the fact that it's not working with you guys, right? Do you really think that this man knows about Mohbad's death? Is there any way you can describe his action as portraying that he knows anything about Mohbad's death? Because nobody believes this man knows about Mohbad's death. We really believe maybe he's trying to protect his family members from, being an accomplice in one way or the other. Do you think that Mohbad's action is portraying him to know about Mohbad's death? Susie?
Yes, his action says it all. I don't have anything against him. I'm somebody that have stood behind him right from the beginning. But his action shows that there's something that he's trying to protect some people, including his family member, that is aware of what happened to Mohbad, and that's the only problem I have with him.
You mean the blessing stuff and Adura stuff?
Adura stuff, including Naira Marley. He's been the only person Baba is not protecting here is Wumi. Any other person is trying to protect them. Baba has never.
If you were in a show and you were told that your son passed in the house, who would you hold responsible? Someone who was never there or those who were there?
I will hold the people that was there responsible. I'll first of all hold me. Sorry?
I think Baba Mohbad kind of trusts Adura more than Wumi. So now, if he trusts Adura more than Wumi, what is Adura's
Papa, hold on. But he didn't give us that, what is it called, from the beginning, that him and Adura have that kind of relationship. So he gave us that idea that him and Adura have not talked over a year. So obviously for a father and son that have not talked over a year, there's no any good relationship between two of them. So he gave us that vibe that they are not a good relationship.
This 1.5 years now. So during the time Mohbad died, they would have spoken to each other.
No, they never did. Baba even said it, apparently. Baba said it yesterday, right?
You see, if Baba can say such, I think there's a cover-up, like an oath of secrecy. Like the Mr. Fenny always uses it. You see, me, I'm just surprised. Like, this is not just click. Just like we are just in a tunnel and we just keep going. We don't even know when to get out of the tunnel.
No, even said, he said his words that if Adura is guilty, he's not protecting Adura, and he said they should ask why or who are the people to vigilante protecting Adura all the time. Why can't Adura be free to come to him? Challenge that.
You see, right? Either this man is weak, right? If he's weak, I cannot give him an excuse. I mean, we see many disabled people with disability and we feel for them, right? If he's really weak, I don't have issues with that. I'll just take him as a weak man. But if indeed he's a wise man and a strong man and he's saying all of these things, man, it's suspicious. It's just only telling us that there's a cover-up. Because how could you, a father, not be able to have some means to reach out to your own son? They don't even trust you. You don't trust each other. All you can do is come online and be telling us in vigilante, some person are protecting your own son. Did you try to have access to them? And they denied you? And who are these people? Why can't you sue those people? Use your power, do everything within the, within the premises of the law.
Don't forget that Adura is 18. Adura is an adult, so I don't think he will go somewhere with the trying to sue somebody not to
when this time happened last year, I remember they were telling us, all those stupid people, those who make crazy human beings, they were telling us Adura is just 14 years. How many of you guys remember? Comment section, please wait. Comment section. So those of you who were here, September, October, the 14 years narrative. How many
that was a lie. That was a lie about that, yes.
No, I don't think you were not there then.
No, but I was following it up. I wasn't on this platform, but I was reading.
I couldn't analyze Adura because I was saying, let's not talk about minor. Let's not talk about minor. I was the one saying it here. Oh my gosh. I got pissed off when I knew that Adura was 20 or whatever and above. That told me that, come on, this guy must know a lot.
But Papayano, let's look at something like this. Listening to all what you guys have been saying. Naira Marley, what happened in the house? Why has Mr. Loba's narrative kind of shielded Naira Marley only to the area of the petition that was written before Mohbad died? I think it's very simple. Baba Mohbad has an understanding of what actually transpired in the house. Don't forget that when Blessing called, Blessing told me, Mohbad tiku ekasara teba debe. They said booking I talk and I lie. You say Baba no. Okay. If you know it's all the narrative now. They said booking is a lie. That didn't happen. Let's put ourselves in his shoe. Things that happened with Mohbad and Naira Marley, let's even look at the videos that was being played. I see those as trying to create a narrative of linking things to Naira Marley. Some people orchestrated that. They linked what has happened more than a year. When did Mohbad leave Naira Marley? When were they showing that video of Mohbad shouting? Yes, October 2022. Thank you. Now, they were now showing the video of Mohbad shouting, is this, is that, show. When he died, what narrative were they trying to give? I get what I'm saying. So let's hold that. Now, Baba also, when that happened, Baba himself, he did intervene as a father, trying to tell Mohbad, let's talk with this, let's see this, so that they will resolve what the rift between you and your boss. But it never worked the way it is. And I think if he now understood that the death of Mohbad is another kettle of fish, that was why he's coming in defense of Naira Marley to say Naira Marley only disciplined him there. Because he knew it ended there. And don't forget that even before Mohbad died, the case of his royalty is still in court. And it's still in court today. Whether they are following up, they are not following up, the battle for his royalty issue is in court already. So it is something that is under the judiciary for them to follow up on. So that has nothing. If Mohbad is alive today, the case will still be in court. It has nothing. Now, the case of bullying that Naira Marley was charged to court with was based on those visual and audio material. Yes, a crime was committed. Whether you committed 10 years ago, 3 years ago, it doesn't matter. It was a crime. And I think that is why he's being charged to court with that. Police are not linking it because police will have done their own investigation. And police took Naira Marley and Sam Larry to court before those who are involved in the murder, the homicide case of Mohbad. Those ones are under homicide. But that of Naira Marley, they took it to court, which means they've been able to establish, according to the police investigation, that this is only based on bullying, which they are culpable for. And that one has gone to court. Now, and I think based on that, and
Mr. Loba, understanding what happened during the time of his death is kind of excusing Naira Marley. Don't bring the case of his bullying to the death. And you remember that when the news of Mohbad's death first came out, the assumption of everybody was that it was the bullying that killed him. So some people orchestrated that narrative, number one. So if anybody truly want to look at who are the people that are creating diversion, we need to look for those people that are creating those narratives, those people that were sponsoring the social media, sponsoring everything, and everything was everywhere. Video of Mohbad being chased, video of that, video of this, and the widow also came out with industry gods. If you just mention industry gods, who are the industry gods? You are talking about people that are bigger than Mohbad in the entertainment industry. So who are the gods? So that is a kind of link in terms of creating narrative. Whereas when they went to the police to report the case, I believe police will ask them, who do you suspect? They will mention some names. And I believe police will work on those ones. But there is something that is very constant when both the widow and the father of the deceased went to report the case, as reported by former commissioner of Lagos State, Omowummi, that what they reported was it was the nurse, he had a fight with his friend. They got home, he sustained injury, and they got home, they didn't go to treat it. And it escalated, and it took them time to even get a nurse to come and treat him. And when the nurse came, the nurse injected him, and he reacted. So I still believe that it is a kind of script being played. They are playing a script, and the script is going on. Let's take it back to when Baba Mohbad said he went to police station to want to get this under. Let's check, why was that aspect of going to police station, why was it not in their statement to the police? And that was days after Mohbad was buried, after he was exhumed. That was when they now went to report. So they will have gathered themselves. Now, put that aside again. When Mohbad was buried, who came out with another narrative that was being championed by the sister of the widow, trying to paint Baba Mohbad as a villain, that the man was running away for people not to stone him. Before it now came to Baba Mohbad also fighting back. And you will see that the reaction of Baba Mohbad when he went to the media was when the body was exhumed. And his narration was trying to counter the smear campaign that was in the public that he hurriedly buried his child. While they were claiming he hurriedly buried Mohbad, they did not say he was BID to the two hospitals they went. But they were painting that scenario that he is possibly still living. If you took someone to the hospital and the police had said you brought him in dead, why would you now say he's alive when he went to be buried? You will see a lot of imbalancing in between. But the question remains that why the people that were playing the narratives are doing what they are doing. You will also agree that full information as to what really transpired, to the full knowledge of the father of this disease, was not shared. That he took his own cousin to now say something that people will say, why didn't you say it? So it's a whole lot of things. You could say Naira Marley not to involve on bullying, yes, is there. It's not in Nigeria, but that does not fully exonerate. If truly you are looking for a criminal, in a case like this, anybody can be anywhere to do something bad. But that was just an alibi. You understand? But let us look at what transpired 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours before death. And let us also look into the question of the very day he died. Due to Prime Boy was calling several times, Amadebe. Due to some utterances, if Wunmi could tell Baba Mohbad that, Eja Arokui, that is a clear suspicion. Why didn't she put her feet down, Amaruku? Because let's look into some status of parents and wives. Mohbad is not a single, number one. He's a married man and he has a kid. So he's a full-fledged man. He already had his nuclear family. And the wife have the same right his father will have. And they need to agree. When it comes to all these customary, they must agree because the law has given the wife a certain status when it comes to everything that concerns you. My wife, as it is, have full right over me if anything happens to me because she is the next, even by law, not my father again. I have my children. I'm a full-grown person. I'm building my family. So my responsibility to my father has been reduced to the person that is with me under the law. Now, the family, if you look at customary whatever, under the law too, family too have right, but it must be shared. So the two of them have some good rights as to what happens to him when he was buried. So if truly, those who were claiming that Baba Mohbad already buried Mohbad, why was Wunmi at the burial if she was against it? Why didn't she counter it entirely and say, I do not agree for you to bury my husband and even report to the police? Even report to the police.
She was part of the burial.
Yes, she was there.
To understand this, all of them.
She was there. She should have gone ahead. Also, thank you. Yes, and also we should also consider this. As much as everybody want to fight for A and B, you will look at the whole thing that some things are not too clear. Some things are not too clear. They are not too clear because even before they called the ambulance, there was confirmation from Wunmi Baba that Eru, that is suspicion. Wouldn't that have called to say, you don't want to go diabolical. Let's call the law into the matter. And these people are living in Lagos Island, where is meant for the elites. They are young people. Would they say they don't want to call police into it? And they didn't even call police aside going to the police station. And other fillers coming after it. It's pointing to the fact that going to that police station, they seems to just want to get clearance so that they will not be disturbed to move from point A to point B. Because another thing you will ask, if truly they were more fixated in, we don't want to go traditional, but one police inside. When they got to Kurudu, they should have driven the cops to area command. We were at Lagos Island, they didn't allow us to report. We are here to report. Arrest all of us. They didn't do that. They buried it. So what if the public did not demand that day that they should open the coffin to see what happened to the corpse? What if the public did not come out to say, government, exhume the body? Do you think we will hear anything? It will be counter-accusation over counter-accusation, and it will go like that. It will, if I don't die, all this one. So, for me, as far as I'm concerned, everyone around this guy have one or two things they did not reveal. And it's going to end the way it ends. Now, let's go to the family autopsy. If it was the family that paid for the autopsy, even government, when government pay for autopsy, when the autopsy is ready, they will send copy of the result to certain offices, a copy to the investigative team, a copy to the Attorney General, a copy to the inquest. They will see it. So if you paid for autopsy toxicology and you are saying you've not seen it, yes, you could say the result is there, we just don't want to check it. But this is it, Apariano. If the legal team are actually functional, which I believe they are, they would have seen, because it will help them also in their questioning of countering what the government have done. Because the essence of doing the private autopsy was to counter what the government have done. When the father came out and said he rejects the result of the government. So he went to do his own. Government did not pay for it. He went to do his own to counter the government. So he would have checked it to say, yes, I was right to have countered the government. And as a human being, if you are these people, when you know the results you've done with your own have come out with some staggering evidences to show that government was wrong, do you think the voice that will be coming out from that camp will not be very, very strong? Will it be the voice of my fans? Will it be the voice of those celebrate Mohbad? Will it be all those subtle voice of but they will be attacking the government because they have seen that government have done something wrong. And the attack no go be from here. They attack the government, no be small. Yes. They don't need to come out and say we have seen it or we have seen it.
Okay, oh yeah, but no, wọ́n fẹ́ satisfy pé kókú ni wọ́n dẹ̀ ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ òun ló ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ gbé lọ hospital tí doctor fi sọ fún wọn pé ó ti wà ní stage 2 according to nǹkan tí Darosha sọ. So kí lẹ wá sọ ẹ̀yin gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ ń sọ yẹn ó ti bọ́ ọmọ yín lọ́wọ́ ẹ kàn ń ṣòṣì ni ẹ kàn ń ṣèranù ni ní ẹ̀yin tí mo lu wọ̀nyí ẹ kàn ń ṣe ìranù lẹ́ṣẹ̀ lórí social media. Everybody ti mọ̀ pé Wùnmí ló pa Mohbad. Àwọn Lagos State Government òṣì ni Lagos State Government ń ṣe ìranù ni Lagos State Government ń ṣe lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Mohbad yẹn. Bẹ́ẹ̀ dẹ̀ fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ̀ justice yẹn a máa gbà ní kankan lọ mọ́ kò síbi kankan tẹ́ lè gbé gbà mọ́ justice yẹn ó ti certain ni Mohbad máa gba justice yẹn ni aládẹ̀má ni yín pa ni Mohbad no burial no DNA no DNA no burial no justice no burial ni so kẹ́tètè mọ̀ yẹn túbọ̀ lọ gbé bọ́kẹ́tì ẹ máa sun ẹkún ẹ máa kékun ni yes wọn ò sí Mohbad wọn ò sí ọ̀tí tí Lagos State Government sí bá dá wa lóhùn tó bá fún justice ní tó bá fún Mohbad ní justice ẹ lè kàn pa Mohbad bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn Wùnmí ò lè kàn pa Mohbad bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn kó lọ scot free. Bàbá Liam ò lè kàn ṣàdédé máa sọ fún ọ̀fẹ́ máa náwó kiri owó ẹ̀ kò lè help ẹ̀ owó bàbá Liam kò lè help bàbá Liam kò lè help Wùnmí kò lè help ẹ̀ kíní pé mo mọ̀yànmọ̀yàn kò lè help bàbá Liam o àti Wùnmí ò dé must pay for it. Ẹ ti pààyàn èèyàn lẹ́pa odidi èèyàn kò ṣe ṣíkì kò ṣe ẹranko lẹ́pa so ẹ ti pààyàn so ẹ dẹ̀ gbúdọ̀ go down for it. Please ẹ já power tap o ẹ̀yin silence washer ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ já power tap so that kí gbogbo kíní life yẹn kó lè wà active. So thank you the host, thank you the panelists, thank you, God bless you, God bless the commenters and the silence washer, God bless the power tapper, God bless the gifters, thank you, God bless you. Ẹ ṣé gan.
Thank you very much, Gladiator Momilirelua. God bless you for all you do. I'm telling you, at this point, we need to be factual with ourselves. The only reason why me and our team, they have been having restless night and day. The only reason why me and our team and Baba Liam, they are having restless night and day is because Mohbad is not buried. That is the only thing. In fact, one of the vital backbones of this justice as it stands today is because that dead body is still above the level of the soil. The day that body goes below the level of the soil without justice, that day is the day that justice is 90% defeated. And that is why we heard Yabojo, that prosthetic woman, the woman with fake body part, including the Pekus. Somebody said even our Pekus is fake. Let me laugh.
Everything about that is artificial.
Everything is artificial, including the Pekus. Somebody said everything is fake.
Hey now.
You know people that you know people that
Emma Binu Vengeance,
Go on.
Vengeance, Emma Binu, get to some other person. Sherry, we tell this sort of thing, Bella Schmoder. Kò síjọ́ tí Bella Schmoder fẹ́ lọ kọrin tí ò kì í play orin Mohbad. Try láti lo orin yẹn láti fi máa mú àwọn èèyàn wá. Ó ń ṣe Naira Marley nìkan ni wọ́n cancel ní Nàìjíríà. Wọ́n ti cancel Bella Schmoder náà. Bella Schmoder is cancelled. Most of our ọ̀rẹ́ wọn tó ń kọrin, they are cancelled. From me to me, no ṣe ni gbogbo wọn ṣe yẹn. Ṣé mo pé tí Mohbad bá ti wọlé tí wọ́n ti sin, if they are able to bury him, wọ́n máa mójú olórí ẹbí tó sin sí. Wọ́n á lè lọ appease ẹ̀ ń bẹ̀. Nísìnyí kò níbi tó ti máa appease ẹ̀. Ó ti di woro sí woro báyìí. Nǹkan tó fòpò òkú ti gbà á, ó ti di woro sí woro. Wọn ò lórísun tó ti máa lọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Kò sórísun tó ti máa lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ sọ. Wọn ò gbádùn ara wọn, including Lagos State government ni. Kò sẹ́ni tó gbádùn ara wọn lọ́gbọ̀n. Ọ̀pọ̀ lè wá síta wá sọ ni. Iná burúkú tó ń jó wọn lábẹ́ aṣọ, òun ló ń lọ náà yẹn. Tó dẹ̀ máa jó wọn tìrán. Many don't stop justice bí Ọlọ́run ṣe bẹ tí ẹ̀mí ẹ̀ wá. By the time tí àwọn ọmọ wọn bá tó ẹ̀gbin, Emmanuel ìlérí Olúwa alọ́ba. Bí ìtọ́mọ yẹn survive ó wà láyé o. Bí ìtọ́ òkú òkú ní gbogbo wọn máa jẹ́. Àwọn ọmọ yẹn á kú sórí ìlú, wọn á kú sáyé náà ni, wọn máa kú sáyé. Wọ́n bá ṣe é o, tí wọ́n bá ṣe é pé àwọn ọmọ yẹn ò ní kú. Gbogbo nǹkan tó ń fọhùn tó fi ń jẹ́ èèyàn láyé, gbogbo ẹ̀ ló máa kú ṣáájú wọn. Bàbá mi kàn máa sọ fún wọn nìyí. Ẹ má bínú pé mo interject tí.
Èyí tẹ́ sọ yẹn, àwẹ̀mọ́, General Mochino, God bless you. Gladiator Tarzan, it's good to have you. Are you there, please? Gladiator Tarzan, are you there? Thank you very much.
Yes, I'm here. Good night to you, sir. Good night, Mommy Machiro. Good night to you. God bless you.
Thank you, sir.
Greetings to and also Mommy Liri Lua. Greetings to every commenter and a big salutation to you, General Vengeance. I always like to always remind us of the fact of the case. And General Vengeance did justice to it at the beginning. At the end of that infamous recorded audio of conversation of some people, which made me to takes my mind back to when Jesus Christ said, the poor you will always have among you. Jesus was not only referring to the poor. Jesus was being economical with the facts. That poor, that word poor, does not only mean people who don't have money, who don't have clothes, who don't have shelter, who don't have food to eat. That word poor also means dumb. The dumb you will always have amongst you. That word poor that Jesus used means that the senseless you will always have amongst you. The illogical ones you will always have amongst you. The moronic, bloody human among you. And that is exactly what we have in that audio that General Vengeance played. Because I just couldn't understand why somebody would be saying, why did the man go and bury the son? The question here is not whether he was buried or not. The question is, what happened to the boy? What happened to the boy? What happened to the gentleman before the father got there, picked up his corpse, and took it away? What happened? Something happened in that house. And one of the facts that we must always remember is that Mohbad got home alive. He got home alive. Listen, I am a man, and I believe any other man on this platform right now can testify to this. If you have any ailment in your body, not to go to the extent of bleeding profusely, there is no way you want to do la pio-pio. Possible. Even to ban headache, to ban stomach pain, to ban run stool, to ban diarrhea, you know?
Please.
Yes, sir.
Permit me to just interject you for 30 seconds.
No problem, sir. At attention.
Let me tell you the truth. If you are sick, I know people that want to be realistic, they will know what I'm about to say. If you have ordinary malaria fever, plasmodium infections, lassa, to sick, walai, you will start confessing all your sins. All your sins. Like the way Baba will pay all of Mama Jikin Ku. You get what my party 1 year. People are going to pew. That bloody lady is a bloody liar now. Anybody that is sick, in fact, you will be praying. That would be the only thing in your mind. God will punish you, Mr. Adebanjo. Thank you. Go ahead, Gladiator.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. So, the fact of the case is that he got home alive. The fact of the case is maybe, even when he got home alive, he was actually having conversation with the woman, the lady. Now, the fact of the case that we should not also forget is that Baba got there after they took him to the hospital, after they did whatever treatment they gave to him, after the hospital confirmed that he was brought in dead. The Baba got there in the night. The Baba had no clue. Everything that happened before, everything that happened before the Baba entered into the house is where efforts, logic, and sense should be concentrated. Not anything after. Not anything after. Even the bully case that those guys were talking about in that recorded audio, the bully case had no direct correlation with what happened in the house. And so that conversation or that submission is not logical. It has no place in this matter. Now, another fact of this case, and I want everybody to please pay attention to this. God used the Baba that day to teach us something in Nigeria or in any part of the world where we find ourselves. Is that whatever happens, do not be afraid to go to the police station. Do not be too carried away or too lost not to know that you need to go to the police station, whether the police station is where the thing happened or not. Enter into any police station and report the case. The reason why I say this, is because let us imagine that Baba did not go to the police station that night. Let us just imagine that he got there, he cried, he was confused, he didn't know what to do. He just picked up the body and said, okay, let's go to Ikorodu. And he went straight to Ikorodu. What will we be saying today?
The editor, I believe that they would have actually double-crossed Baba on the way, and they would have actually indicted him. They would have implicated him for killing Mohbad. That would have been their plan, I'm telling you.
You see? Thank you very much. So the only thing that God used to save this man, to keep him standing, to not allow the news of hanging to be on his neck, is because the man went straight to the police station. And so we must learn, God used him to teach us a lesson, that irrespective of whatever happens, wherever it happens, do not be afraid to go and report to the police. Go to the police station and report. Because let us imagine that at the police station, as they got there and they asked him, Baba, what happened? Oh, my son, they did this to my son. Okay, what happened? Baba, sit down here. Who else is there in the car? Okay, sit down here. Where is the car that have the body? Bring the car in here. Who are all the people? Everybody, oh yeah, sit down right here. Oh, constable, oh yeah, arrest this person. Put them behind closed doors. Oh yeah, officers, let's go to the house. Will we be here today? If that had happened, we would not be here, because the police would have gotten to the root of the matter. Fingerprints, exhibits, everybody in the house, the car in which Mohbad was bleeding profusely would have been impounded by the police as exhibit to be used. But all of that is not done, was not done to this day. Was not done to this day. And somebody want to be indicting the man, the Baba, want to be talking down about the Baba, wants to be accusing Mr. Aloba for conspiracy, for conspiring with Naira Marley. That person who was making us must be mad. Must be mad. Must be mad.
Gladiator, that person is not arguing it with you at all. He himself, he knows he's mad. He knows he's part of the lunatics. So it's not debunking that you're getting. Only like I want to Yahweh. He knows himself that he's a madman. You don't need to even tell him. He knows that he's part of the members. He's a member of a mission of madmen. So much.
General, listen, I have been thinking about this case. How do we hold the police, all the officers at that station, on that night? How do we hold them? Because they actually messed up the whole matter. How do we are seeking justice. Is it seeking justice for those who actually did something to that boy, those who conspired to hide evidence, those who lied even in front of the court, those who covered evidence, those who gave false narrative? As we seek justice, in their matter, what about the police? What about the DPO? What about the station officer, the sergeant in charge at that station? I have always said one thing. I said my hope in Nigeria lies on this case. And that's why I pay attention. My hope in the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the justice system and the entire nation lies on this case. As simple as it is. If those officers at the police station that night are not called to account for what they did, for miscarriage of justice, for negligence of duty on that night, honestly, it will be very painful. It will be very, very painful. Because if you are walking on the road alone and your shirt just have a stain of blood, you are going nowhere. Once the police see you and they see a stain of blood on your shirt, you are going nowhere. They will call you. They will apprehend you. They will detain you. They will ask you, where are you coming from? Who are those people that you were with? Who are those that you were with? Even if you carry a cat, ológbò, tẹ́jẹ̀ wà lára ẹ̀, tó ń gbèrìn lójú títì, tó ń lọ lójú títì, bẹ́ẹ̀ anybody sọ̀rọ̀, o kò gbólógbò ẹ̀dá níbẹ̀ tẹ́jẹ̀ wà ní ìrù ẹ̀ lẹ̀jẹ̀ wà, ó dẹ̀ ń lọ, àwọn ọlọ́pàá dẹ̀ rí ẹ, police you, they will stop you. Now not to talk of a human being, a corpse of a human being taken to the police station. I hope and I pray that when all of this is done, the police department, the Lagos State Police Department, have to be called to answer. Because I have never heard of it where you go to a police station and you report a crime, a possible murder, and they tell you, go to the police station that is around the area where it happened. No, it doesn't happen. They will detain everybody, radio to the... In fact, they will handle the case, but eventually transfer it to the jurisdiction where it's supposed to be handled. Not that they will tell them to go away that night. And as we fight for justice here, let us continue to learn. Let us continue to pick understanding of how the system works. Let us continue to learn, because Baba has educated a lot of Nigerians now that whatever happens, go to the police station. It doesn't matter that thing happened to you in Ibadan. When you get to Shagamu, stop there and tell them, this happened to me in Ibadan. Let it be incidented. Because if the Baba did not go to that police station that night, all of us, we will have no ground to stand on to speak. And as such, I want to thank you, General. I want to thank you for every person who have been coming on and speaking out. I had a lady spoke earlier. She said, it was a mistake. I didn't mean to come up and all of that. Yes. Let us continue to summon courage. To continue to speak. Even myself, I never knew that I would be able to come up on the platform and begin to contribute. I was shy, I just listened, but it got to a point where I have to step up and add my voice to the fight. And as we do so, because if you think about it, which case in Nigeria has garnered so much attention like the case of this young man? Not even Delegiwa. Not even Delegiwa. But look, this boy, we are still talking about it today. It means that there is something there and God is watching. God is watching. And everybody who have just dismissed the pain of this boy, You can all see how God is dealing with them. Even the governor of Lagos State, where is he? Nobody regards him again. I mean, when it comes to social issues like this, where is he? Even the Kabiyesi himself, where are they? Everybody look at them with one eye. And so, let us continue to pay and keep our attention on the fact of the case. Everything else is distraction. The fact of the case, the facts of the case. Nobody can corroborate with indisputable evidence that there was a fight at the show. Imagine, Mohbad grew up in Ikorodu. The Ikorodu people know that this is our star. Mohbad is our star. He went back home after making money, after gaining stardom. He went back home to perform. Everybody in the village of Ikorodu come around to celebrate their star. And then one man, one boy will slap this star in the midst of all the young people of Ikorodu, and that person will get away. How is it possible? Or from this story, they said they wanted him to go. They wanted him to give them money. He sent for money, he gave them money. And you and I know, in that Nigeria, in Lagos especially, you will give money to the Oraisa boys, and somebody will remove your cap. You are not going out to that place. That's the fact. So how is it somebody slapped the star of the town? It's just like everybody them are possible. So that's the fact of the case. That's one of the facts of the case. There was no fight at Ikorodu. They got home safe. He got home alive. Something happened. They ignored the chemist, the pharmacy close to his house. They ignored the clinic close to his house. They went and invited a nurse in Cotonou, Benin Republic. They imported a nurse, a quack nurse, to come and treat him. Fact of the case, when police came, they actually met syringes and they met some drugs, some syrups of drugs. They met them in the house. Fact of the case. Fact of the case, they took his body to the hospital, and the hospital told them BID, brought in dead. Fact of the case. Fact of the case, the medical director of the clinic said, this body is already at stage 2. Dead over 24 hours. Fact of the case. Fact of the case. Me, who is the supposed wife, did not call the Baba to say, Egbamio, Omoyinio, Ejoema Bombolewa. She never did. That's the fact of the case. Fact of the case. They told Baba to go back, that everything is okay. The Baba refused and proceeded. Fact of the case. Prime boy who forgot his bag in the car called on Monday to say, I want to come and collect my bag. Can I come now? Oh no, don't come now. Fact of the case. Fact of the case.
Don't
Fact
come
of the
now.
case.
No, Dr. Tazan. Don't come now because they were still cleaning the blood.
Thank you. Fact of the case. Fact of the case. Fact of the case. There is this Muslim cleric who passed on. I don't know if it is Ibadan or Oyo lately. We all saw the video. We all saw the video as all the Alfas were carrying him and singing and doing the Islamic chanting. They were reading Quran, carrying him. Everybody see that. Where is the video of people in Mohbad's house? Where is the video? How is it that we can't see one? How is it? videos, if you put them including the last one by the crook, Yomi Fabiyi, that came out 3 seconds, if you put them together with the one that says, oh, Mohbad is spy, Mohbad is spy, if you join all of these videos together, they are not even up to 15 minutes. They're not up to 15 minutes. The guy... Why is that so? Why is that so? So these are all the facts of the case. Fact of the case, again, is that the nurse, we still cannot see the nurse. The nurse cannot face the public. The nurse has not come out to face the public. Even if the police said that, oh, it was as a result of the injection and the reaction that made so to happen. Where is she? We have not seen her to this day. So, please, ladies and gentlemen, the fact of the case is what deserves our attention. The fact of this case is what we should concentrate all our energy on. The facts of this case is what we should invest our intellectual capacity in. The fact of this case. That's all. Anything else is just like usurping our energy. All of these facts. And it would be nice to see every host on every platform that means well, that want true justice for this young man and his father, to always state all of these facts of the case before the show continues. State it so that those who are joining now, those who have not been paying attention, those who fell off along the way, those who got misguided, can be reminded of the facts of this case all the time. Even the law enforcement, they will, so that we can remind them, this is where you drop the ball. The Baba brought the dead body to you at your station, but you refused to attend to him. You refused to attend to him. The record will be there at the mortuary when they got there and they said, no, we cannot admit you because there is no police report. The record will be there at the mortuary. So these are the facts of the case. So thank you very much, General. Thank you, all those gentlewomen and ladies. Oh, Mommy Coach, you are there. Oh my God, I'm going to sorrow Lobe Latara. Mommy Coach, you are there. Oh my.
I can learn without Azan. Thank you for all your contribution. Thank you so much. I just thought you have started talking before I joined, and I wouldn't want to break your transmission, like cut into what you are saying. Thank you so much. I think you made us to understand so many things. What we need to pay attention to, and a question that in the last 1 year plus 4 months, if I can remember very well, that I'll be asking Wumi, there's video to everything. Nigerians, if someone is hit by a vehicle, moving through a vehicle, and the person is at the point of death, instead of helping, they will snap picture, they will record video. So everybody in this place that where Prime Boy and Mohbad was fighting, nobody, and the fans that collected money, they collect money, and someone is harassing their star. They were looking. I've asked this question so many times. There is no video of anywhere where Mohbad was being beaten in what are they calling Atikurudu, close to the show or in the show or on their way. But where Sam Larry was harassing him in Ireland is everywhere. Even before Mohbad died, he actually posted that video on his page. He was not afraid. He was not ashamed as a superstar that someone was beating him. He was able to tell the whole world, even though we were not listening. Now, Prime Boy is closest ally. They were fighting. He went to that show with not less than 7 people, if I can remember, spending DJ Bami, Lifestyle, Adura, Darosha, and there's another guy at the back sitting at the back of what's his name? Prime Boy in the vehicle where they were going. Those are 6 people minus Prime Boy, minus Mohbad himself, and the wife, and the driver, and then the baby. 6 people minus these other people that I've mentioned. Nobody can save the situation where the 2 of them are fighting. And this is the question I'm always asking. Who is a friend? If you are telling me now that Wunmi, blah, 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 was there, and there's no video to the extent the vehicle that got spoiled. This is where, when people are calling to tell me story, I want to what are you talking about? If you are telling this story the way it is, you will show evidences that will back your claim. A vehicle glass got broken to the extent it cut the vein of Oluwa, because I don't know the type of cut you will have that is not your vein that will take your life. So he broke down, and it's so big enough that he cut the vein in his head, in the neck. Because I don't think this is what they are talking about. When I asked that, okay, you said this thing broke, Abi, and how did you manage to kill this person? Did you cut the neck? You said the hand enter. Then I now tell you, okay, when the hand enter, head follow, then the neck cut, and he died. Make it make sense. Make it make sense to everybody. And in all this, your friend, your best friend, your friend that brought you to come and do business with him, had that at his accident, and he's so serious that this thing can take his life, because you guys say the hand was swollen. Yeah, the hand was swollen, but you can leave him in that pain and go home, because he said he doesn't want to go to hospital. And when you left on Monday to your house, you never check back if it's getting better. This is someone you left in pain. This is your friend. You never call back and say, how are you feeling? You never check back. And you are telling me this story as Momo, as big as I am, as Omowummi, Otipoju. It doesn't make sense. Because all these are not coming together. No matter what you tell me, either here or behind the curtain, I want you to just tell this story the way it is. Then we get to where we are going. Ileri Oluwa is in pain, is in agony. You know when you have pain and you call yourself a friend. He did not follow you to hospital. You left the house and go to your house. You didn't check back. Until on Tuesday, in the evening time, around 3 or 4, they now call you, Ileri Oluwa ti ku, we now running there. How does it make sense to you? You have to, if you want to lie, go and ask people that is teaching, that is lying. It's a lot of job to lie. It's a lot of job for anybody to lie. Because as you sit down to start lying, do you have a recorder that will record your lie? Because in the next 1 month, when you are called to come and restate your story, you will not remember word for word, though, because it doesn't happen. You just lie. And that's why anytime you want to do things, I just laugh. I say, you better say the truth, because by the time they call you back, I don't think they will not call you back, especially in this type of case. And that's why you see B&S coming to store the inquiry.
Thank you, Demola. God bless you.
Because they know, Wunmi cannot remember all that she has said. That's why that inquest was stopped. Because by the time Wunmi get there, by now, would have been celebrated. I am saying it for everybody to know. No matter how perfect you are, I am telling you, even though they go and bring that typed one and give her to read, community, because it's a lie. It's not, that thing did not happen. If you see Mohbad the Kusil Hospital, there was no video to that effect. Ìgbà tó kú sínú ilé àbí ìgbà tó gbogbo nǹkan ṣe, there was no video to that effect. By the time tó ń gbé sílẹ̀ ẹlẹ́sìn bàbá sọ pé wọ́n gbé sábẹ́ staircase ọ̀bẹ́ ẹ̀gbẹ́ staircase, there was no video to that effect. On the street where Mohbad lives, when they are carrying Mohbad inside that motor and be driving, there was no video. When they are changing Mohbad, like they claim, from the vehicle to Okada, there was no video. Nobody saw them. They are now spirits. They are invisible. So when Mohbad died in his house, Baba said more than 100, or let's say up to 100 people was there. There was no video of 100 people. So in Mohbad's case, everybody there was invisible. And not until nobody come out to come and say I was in Mohbad house when he died. Among the 100 people, I was there. Nobody. This guy, Darusha said, because people are still coming to look at him, to view him. As people are coming to view his lifeless body, there was no video. Do you know what they call viewing? Viewing. If anybody died and they want to do viewing, you will record it, you will snap picture. My brother that died here, that we went for viewing, I snap picture, I do everything, they snap me. There was video recording because they call it viewing. All his friends, family come into the church to come and view his remain. So Mohbad remain was viewed by his colleague in the workplace or in the industry or on the street and all these things. Nobody was able to snap it. Make it make sense. How did Black Widow make Mohbad invisible to the eye? That nobody can come out and say, video Mohbad is really lele. Baba said he was on the floor. Yeah, they say he was not there. He was in his room. Baba did not see his body in his room. Now, nobody can bring out the video and say, Mohbad is really bed in back to Kunino Yara. Even the Black Widow can. And you want to come and tell us, how out there, Kilamo, they will now come and agree that, Mohbad is invisible, because I don't know. I don't know. We just going to be here and be talking. And that girl will be somewhere and be laughing and be saying, I want to go one in, go, I want to borrow only one back on, say one back on. You just make sure that every minute you want to talk as a girlfriend or a mother of the only child that you claim Mohbad left behind, that you cannot tell us. Every time is
They are chasing Liam. They are chasing Liam. Liam because of property. Baba is because of property. You want to collect Liam property. And to share property. Otiku. Fin. But they are chasing Liam. I don't understand. Thank you, Mr. Sasan, because this case is a long thing. Me, I have not seen it in my life that Anthony Baba, Tolegbon, Tolaburo, Omaku, and then ìyàwó ẹ̀ ò really explain nǹkan tó pa 24 hours. Ó fẹ́ sọ fáwọn èèyàn pé ọkọ ẹ̀ kú, olóní air infection. Story yẹn kò make sense. Èmi gan wà níjọ́ ẹ̀ mo ní báwo ni air infection ṣe ń pààyàn. Mo tún wá ń lọ ń kà lórí kinní pé after that ẹ tún gbá another story wá ìgbà táyà àṣẹ̀gbọ̀n wá ń gbọ́ pé abẹ́rẹ́ náà fún God help me. I've never seen this in my life before. I've never, and I will continue to say that it's funny how we may think that adìẹ ló ń pa ara yọ. Gbogbo èèyàn lọ́pọ̀lọ́ ẹ dọ́ba bíi ti Jùmọ̀kẹ́. Adìẹ ló ń pa because tí ò bá jẹ́ yẹn ni how come ọkọ òkùnyàn lọ́kọ̀ ẹ ó kú ó dàbí nǹkan tí mò ń sọ lẹ́yìn ọ̀gá engineers our general I asked a question today and that question I'm still like okay the question is if a man has a child Mr. Vengeance, Mr. Tarzan, listen, the two of you, I want, because you guys are men and you are men. Oh, thank you, above the law. God bless you. Yeah, listen, God bless you, Clarita, above the law. God bless you, all the gifters. Thank you very much. Now, a man has a child. No. Who will tell his child, you are the best thing that happened to me? Who, at least in a family, that they have children. I know it's the father or the mother that will be telling their children, you are the best thing that happened to me. How come? Because this thing is making my head to want to blow. I want everybody to help us look into it and talk about it. How come Anyan say Liam is the best thing that ever happened to him in his life? When Anyan said this thing, Mohbad's death was just about 3 months. And he said the best thing that ever happened to me in my life is this baby. How come that he was alone shape and Baba that say the best thing to happen here, Mohbad. Ìwọ yìí náà ló bu ọmọ yẹn sórí ìsìn lọ́bàdàn ọmọ tó rù sórí lọ́bàdàn yẹn lèmi ṣe rọra ń béèrè question yìí again because it's been a long time tí mo ti sọ̀rọ̀ ń pa ẹ̀ tí mo dákẹ́. Now let us look inwardly. Mama Mohbad sọ pé manager Mohbad ló ń bá lórí bẹ́ẹ̀dì pẹ̀lú Mohbad tó fi sọ pé ló ń bá lórí bẹ́ẹ̀dì pẹ̀lú Wùnmí tó fi sọ pé òun stand fún DNA. And àwọn èèyàn kan nígbà tí wọ́n á béèrè pé ní àsìkò tó bá ọmọkùnrin lórí bẹ́ẹ̀dì pẹ̀lú Wùnmí ta ni máníjà Mohbad nígbà náà ó wá jẹ́ ọmọkùnrin tá à ń sọ yìí. Okay. Ọmọkùnrin tá à ń sọ yìí that means pé ó ti ń to igi sí abẹ́ Wùnmí tipẹ́tipẹ́. Bá a ṣe ń sọ ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ọmọkùnrin yẹn ló wá jáde tó ní the best thing tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí òun láyé òun ni Liam. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ nítorí Ọlọ́run as justice fighter I know he's your father. He's a father ló máa sọ pé
the best thing that ever happened to me is my baby. When I had my baby. And if Anya can say this, I never say anything about Mohbad. What can we think about it?
Thank you very much, Gladiator Coach. God bless your wisdom. God bless you. I always say something that you are one of the many mothers that are really mothers, not just on a genital base, but in everything you have done in just Mohbad. You have shown that you are a true mother and a mother indeed. And God will take cognizance of your contributions to justice for Mohbad and also other mothers that are standing for justice. God will take your stand in justice for Mohbad and use it as a point of contact for your children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren after you in the mighty name of Jesus. The question you ask is a very wise one. There's a kind of bond between Ayan and then that boy. Just like you said, he said it was Liam was the best thing that could ever happen to him. And then he has been carrying Liam up and down too. That is quite obvious that there's something going on between Ayan and Wunmi and Liam. But I want to tell you this, that Wunmi is a beast of no nation. Wunmi is a purpose of no particular owner.
They are not like a beast of no nation.
So he does not have a tag. He does not have Oluwo, or he does not have Queenie. Anybody can enter and come out. I cannot deny the fact that Anyan has entered, deposited, and came out. I cannot argue the fact that Bella Shmurda may have entered, deposited, and also came out. Do you understand? That's the Wunmi's life. Immorality seems to be the order of the day for her. Do you understand? So, and then Wunmi might have sold so many narratives to those boys that the boy actually belonged to them. The same narrative Wunmi sold to those boys was the same thing I think Wunmi also sold to Oba. But for Oba to have been acting the way he has been acting, Oba must have confirmed that the boy actually belonged to him, either through a DNA test or through the traditional means. However, even if the boy does not belong to him, these boys you are talking about, did they have the financial and political backbones to rescue the paternity of Liam with the Oba? Nope, they don't. So at the end of the day, Baba Olowo, Ololoma, àwọn depositors ni wọ́n, depositors lásán ni wọ́n. Baba Olowo gangan ló lọ́mọ o. Wọ́n kan wọn àwọn ẹni máa wí àwọn lọ́mọ o. Baba Olowo gangan, òun gangan ló náà fọmọ by virtue of Section 36 of Book of Promiscuity.
This man still, this is our general danger. There's another thing that I heard today, and my head was like, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí pọ̀, ó pọ̀ yẹ́yẹ́, ó pọ̀ ńlẹ̀ yẹ́yẹ́. Because if people can be calling Baba behind, I want to negotiate the death of Mohbad and paternity of Liam with Baba. It speaks a lot of volume. Because if we look at the way people are coming and want to just make sure that this case was swept under the carpet, the type of people their name is being mentioned this evening, I begin to like, if pass a person born picking for you, collect your picking, make another man picking. They go in your own papa house. If to say na picking, Why sorry. And to canvas abe agbada. Why tí ò gba ọmọ? Ó jẹ́ kí Mohbad máa lọ ní bàbá àti ẹ̀ because ọmọ sì ni Mohbad ní ọwọ́ bàbá ẹ̀. Ọmọ sì ni. So sometimes when I look at this case, it's too complicated. It's too complicated. And at the junction where this case is, nobody, I am saying it emphatically, even though we do DNA, and DNA says it's not Mohbad child, no man will come out and claim they are. No man will come out and say, Eminimo Liam.
The shame will be too much for them.
Kò sí ẹni náà tó lè jáde tó máa sọ pé èmi ni mo ní Liam. Because at this junction, any man tó bá jáde pé òun ni bàbá Liam, òun ló pa Mohbad.
Yes.
So, for me, we have to deal with that pain for the rest of our life.
Mm-hmm. Please, let's come back, please.
We have to deal with that pain. Because all lies on me, all lies on me. Black app, all lies on me. All eyes are on me. May God help us.
Yeah, thank you very much, Director Coach. The truth of the matter, for the fact that people are calling Baba and say, let us negotiate. Let me tell you the problem with the Oba. I wanted to believe that the Oba did not know that pregnancy will produce a boy at first. Perhaps he started taking interest after the scam must have shown the sex, or must have determined the sex of the baby. Do you understand? And then when the boy was born, his interest increased. But those that were at home, that was why the man